Congratulations to you and to John and to everybody on a very big victory. We're opening up our country. Should have never been closed. Should have never been closed.
Big breaking news. President Trump says we are open for business in this country. It should have never been closed. This was today at the Arlington National Cemetery. They were celebrating Veterans Day. Obviously, an extremely cold and windy day, but they went out there and did an amazing job. Salute to all of you troops out there, all of you veterans out there. We really appreciate your service. Before we jump into that breaking XRP news, this is also extremely important news that just came out today. SoFi Bank becomes the first nationally chartered U.S. bank to launch Bitcoin and crypto trading with $2 million FDI insurance.
Nice to see you, sir, in person.
Good to see you as well.
Okay, so what's going on here? This is a big deal.
Yeah, this morning,
big deal for you.
It is a very big deal. It's a big day and a big milestone. Reverses the course of time.
It does.
We've wanted to be a one-stop shop for all your financial services needs. And one of the holes we've had for the last 2 years was in cryptocurrency, the ability to buy, sell, and hold crypto. We were not allowed to do that as a bank. It was not permissible. But in March of this year, the OCC came out with an interpretive letter that it's now permissible for banks like SoFi to offer cryptocurrencies. So this morning we're launching as the only national bank, the first and only national bank, the opportunity to buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana.
So I was going to ask, are we just talking about 3 for now?
We'll expand well beyond 3. It'll be a pretty broad assortment. We try to differentiate on being fast, having broad selection, great prices, ease of use. So we'll try to give members, SoFi members, as much selection as they would like.
And what's the difference between going through you and going through Coinbase or going through Robinhood or somebody else?
Yeah, there's a couple of really big differences. First, we're a nationally chartered bank, which means we have the infrastructure, the processes, the financial conditions that provides the safeguards that a consumer would expect from a bank, which is going to allow us to scale responsibly. The second thing is because we are a one-stop shop, you can do all your banking, checking, and savings at SoFi, your borrowing, and your investing, and now crypto. And one of the unique things about that is when you come to SoFi and fund your crypto investments, you'll fund them in a SoFi checking and savings account. That checking and savings account's deposits earn interest.
Say that again, you're going to fund it with crypto?
You're going to fund
your checking account.
You're going to fund your checking account with cash.
Okay.
And then when you buy Bitcoin or Solana or Ethereum, the money will come straight out of your checking and savings account. So when you're not putting cash to work, it's not sitting in an account that earns no interest, and it's not sitting in an account that's not insured. So the money will sit in an FDIC insured account. Up to $2 million is what we offer. And when you buy, it will instantly withdraw from that account and send it to the marketplace.
So congratulations to SoFi, but let's not forget, we do have Ripple that also has applied for a charter to become its own bank as well. So soon, will we be seeing Ripple Bank? Well, one thing we don't have to say soon about anymore is the fact that the official first ever spot XRP ETF in the United States has been approved, introducing the Canary Capital Spot XRP ETF to launch very soon. The moment the crypto world's been waiting for is finally here. As we can see here in the picture, Canary XRP ETF, common shares of beneficial interest of Canary XRP ETF. We'll be trading on the Nasdaq stock market. Now, something I saw that was pretty funny, we did see Rex Shares replying to another crypto influencer, Eleanor Tourette, also posting similar here as far as the XRP approved. And it's going to go effective at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday, once Nasdaq certifies the listing. But what's really funny, in my opinion, is Rex Shares comes in and says not the first, right? Because if you remember, Rex Shares was actually the real first ever XRP ETF approved in the United States. However, it was not a traditional XRP ETF. It actually had some stipulations applied to it. And Eleanor actually had to come back and reply to them. The Rex Shares XRPR ETF came first under the investment company 40 Act with a partial spot XRP exposure and less efficient tax treatment. But Canary Funds is set to launch the first pure play 33 Act XRP ETF with 100% XRP, nothing else. So again, why is this important? Well, this is going to allow those institutional investors that don't want to go and buy their crypto, like for example, the gentleman right here said they don't want to buy it on Robinhood. They don't want to buy it on Coinbase. They don't want to buy it on Kraken. They want to buy it from a bank or a trusted financial institution. which Canary Capital already runs ETFs for many other options. And now they're going to be able to buy XRP through them. And they have millions and billions under management. And from Watcher Guru just in, former BlackRock executive says that Ethereum is the infrastructure for Wall Street. I also saw this post the other day and I wanted to share it with you guys because I shop at Costco a lot and I thought this was pretty interesting. Spot gold right now is $4,113 if you're buying it on the spot market. Costco gold, you get that Costco discount here, $4,089.99. But then you can get your 4% cash back depending on which credit card you're buying with. Now it's a $163 discount. Your net cost is $39.26.39. That's a 186 below spot, literal arbitrage sitting beside the rotisserie chickens at Costco. And in a little bit of dangerous news here for the crypto market for the EU, breaking, the EU has agreed on a uniform block-wide ban on cash transactions over $10,000. This is absolutely insane to think about, but you will not buy anything over 10,000 euros in the EU. The European Union also enacted an anti-money laundering regulation, AMLR, which will ban privacy coins such as Monero, Zcash, and Dash from EU-regulated platforms starting July 1st, 2027. Also, something to keep an eye on, Bitcoin exchange balances continue to reduce, signaling buying pressure from bulls. Now, you may be feeling like the markets are not doing so hot. You're watching the prices up and down. The new all-time high over 125,000 on October 6th, but it's been down since, had a couple of rallies. But just keep in mind, price does continue going up. Now we've got a pullback here, but you know what's not pulling back? Exchanges releasing their crypto. People are buying and holding off exchanges. It's a very, very bullish scenario that's going on. Now, why isn't the price moving higher? Well, that's another case we'll have to dive deeper into. But the reality is coins are flying off of exchanges. So we're taking a look here over on CryptoQuant. And as we can see, the same chart here, but let's go ahead and look right down here and where we're at. So we're currently at exchange reserve of 2,387,610 Bitcoin left on exchanges. Now, this is under the all exchanges tab. You can actually sort by different exchanges to see which one is holding which. Like, for example, let's search Binance here. Let's find Binance. So now we have Binance Exchange. We can see that they had a huge drawback down to only 500,000 there for a while. Then they ended up making a huge trade that brought in 587,000. And now it dipped down again right here on October 21st. And that put them back at 543. And now they're up at some highs here at 570. And when we take a look at Ethereum on the same scale here, we can see that Binance Exchange, Ethereum tokens, also following that same pattern, essentially, we can see right here, May 19th had a really low level of Ethereum on the exchange. And we go over to here with recently a new high area, August 23rd. And then right now where we're at, sitting on exchanges or on Binance Exchange, 3,761,000. Let's flip it to all exchanges. You can see it's been falling off the map here as well. Currently sitting all exchanges for Ethereum at 15,555,000. And let's check XRP here. Now, XRP, you cannot check all exchanges with the CryptoQuant exchange reserve checker. Binance currently sitting strong, currently at 2.7 billion XRP on the exchange. Checking in on KuCoin, they're only at 98 million sitting on their exchange. And Bithumb is ramping up their holdings right now, currently sitting at 1.75 billion XRP on their exchange. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are potentially experiencing a coin shortage in real life. That is not necessarily happening for XRP, but we'll continue to monitor all of those.